Hello, you are listening to Between Sets. This is Fuzz.
And I'm Mike.
Mike's got have you got a fresh trim as well? You've been groomed.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
that sounds a bit...
Over-groomed is the way I would describe it. So I went...
Over-groomed? Mate, look at me, buddy. If you groomed me anymore, I wouldn't have a head.
Mate, I just feel like I just look baby face when the beard starts to disappear, you know?
I see.
Usual sort of haircut and a beard trim, but he took my mustache so short and the rest of the beard was like down here still. So I just had to trim it down myself because it was not okay.
Oh no. Is this the local one as well?
Yeah.
Oh no. Was it your mate?
Oh. No. Different person. I booked in with my mate. He was busy when I turned up, so then...
So this is what... I've been trying to sell them this bloody program that I made, right? Where people can choose a barber. A barber? Barber? That sounds really weird to say. A barber. Yeah. Fucking black sheep. Do you know what I mean? So people can book in, they choose the person that they want, and then they can see the times, and they just book it and pay for it there and then. But they're like, no, they prefer old school. They prefer like pen and paper and surprise, you get a fucking apprentice today. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't want an apprentice.
No,
I want you.
So the time before that, I went to book in for a time. They said something on the phone, which you know what the signal's like around here. It's terrible. So I turned up like half an hour early because it just cut out conveniently at the point whereas your booking system would be perfect. I'll mention it to him next time I'm in.
Mate, they need
and also for him to never touch my face again.
Things aren't cheap nowadays, right? So people want people want what they pay for. Like for me, right? And I have no hair, by the way. So people that aren't watching me on YouTube, I have literally no hair, right? But for me to go to the barbers and get this shaved and my beard trimmed is 30 quid.
What?
I know. Mental,
isn't it more expensive than what I pay for?
So basically, I go for like a cutthroat shave over my head. You know, like so I have to like put like a hot towel on my head and like cutthroat shave it.
I see.
I go for the full works, mate.
You need to be pampered. Yeah, okay.
I do. And then I get my...
I mean, to be fair, maybe you pay that little bit more and you don't end up fucking butchered.
Yeah, exactly.
The time is coming when I'm just going to start shaving my head because fuck this shit.
Yeah, you say that, mate.
Like, realistically, every 2 or 3 weeks, why am I paying this amount of money to have a haircut, which I'm okay with?
I never went to barbers when I had hair.
Yeah.
I just shaved it myself.
Yeah.
And now I've got no hair, now I'm going to the barbers. It makes no sense to me, I know.
Because the thing is, I go in for a beard trim because I'm there, right? But I can do it myself. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to, it's happening. I look like a terrorist now.
Like, I just do it for special occasions now. By special occasions, I mean when I have friends to see. Like, the odd year where someone gets invited to, I don't know, a wedding or...
You've still got to consider your options. Like, you know, what if you want to do literally anything else on that day?
Yeah, exactly. Friends are overrated, right? Talking of which, right? I'm not sure at what point our relationship should what's the word? Level up? I don't know.
Are you propositioning?
Like we've known each other for 2 years. We've got a podcast. Like at some point in the probably near future, is like we're going to be very committed to ourselves right now, right? And we're still messaging we're still messaging via Instagram.
I message everyone on Instagram. How do you message anyone else? Yeah. I'm not sure when that started, but...
Phones can be used as phones, believe it or not.
That.
Or WhatsApp,
Why would
maybe?
I want that? The only problem I have with WhatsApp is notifications don't come through on my phone correctly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's probably me being a...
And plus, you're an Android user as well, so like text messages won't work as well.
I mean, they work, but they just look not as good as an Instagram message. And the thing is, it's all convenient because if I need to send you dodgy memes, that's all in one place. It's on Instagram.
It's all in one place.
Like my algorithm is messed up now, right? If I have something come up, you know the shorts thing at the bottom of your Instagram page, right?
Yeah.
If I have something that comes up on that looks vaguely innocent, I know instantly to go to the comments, and it's like the worst place of the internet. It's terrible.
I don't really
I'm gonna
bother
have
with
to
the
show you
comments.
at
I only
some
really go
point.
into the comments when when you get these videos that are like there's a comment on the video, there's like a caption, and it makes no sense to what they've just shown. And most of the time it's because of
Yeah,
just fucking, you know what I mean?
I'll
It's
tell you what. I
just
might
there
play
to
a
wind
game.
you up.
I'll play a game, right? Now we won't say what this video is that I happen to find. I'm genuinely just going to go onto my shorts right now, just to see what sort of thing pops up.
I'm hoping it's not rude
Um,
stuff.
oh, it would be terrible.
This is a podcast now, right? Are we
Yeah, you keep
are
talking.
we still
It's fun.
recording?
It's a combination between.
I want to apologize to the people watching. I didn't have time to change, so there's a lot of like skin showing. I'm not topless. I've just got a
Yeah,
vest on. It's really warm. I've been doing the gardening, and it's hot as
there you go.
fuck.
As an example,
What's that?
I'll send you a few.
Oh, you're sending me some. What? This isn't
Yeah,
very
just
entertaining
again,
for
you
the
don't really have to
listeners.
go into it, but this is the kind of crap that comes up on my page constantly. For some reason, my page has gone from educational to just terrible.
Why? Okay, I don't know how am I meant to commentate on this?
No, just have a little listen.
What the fuck? So you are watching dirty shit, Mike? Look, right? The algorithm works this way. If you keep watching videos like that, it's going to be
Oh,
throwing shit like that at you, mate. All right?
but when did it
So
start coming up?
someone's sexually frustrated. I'll have a word with your missus.
It just keeps coming off my page. But what I've discovered now is I can actually corrupt other people's Instagram algorithms by just sending them crap. So that will
Yeah,
start
it's
to
whether they
appear on
want to
your
watch it or
page
not.
now.
My dad does that. You probably listen to this. My dad sends. You
Yeah.
know when my dad's on a shitter when you get inundated with links for Instagram Reels and TikToks.
Yeah.
And I don't bother. I only bother if I actually have time, or if we've synchronized our shit, so we're both coincidentally on the toilet at the same time. Then I probably will watch them. I don't know.
Yeah. So
The
I
toilet
might
is
start
still.
corrupting your Instagram page and see how quickly I can do it.
Oh mate, I got a long list of stuff today actually because
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Right, I'm just so busy, and I'm struggling. I'm just struggling to like maintain a good mindset throughout this period. Like I've got a really short fuse, and I've never really had that. I've not had that for years
Why are you getting angry with the fact that you're busy?
because it's managing all of the queries. So I've got systems in place, but not at any point did I think I'd need them. So like
Okay.
I'd have systems in place, but I really wanted to like be the first thing to go right. Like I kind of gained this kind of reputation of getting things done really quickly, which obviously I've shot myself in the foot with. But I've just got to slowly ease back a bit. Like people wanting things there and then.
Yeah. I mean, in the same way that, I don't know, let's say you're a plasterer and you're busy as a plasterer, right? You can only be in one place at one time. So you just schedule it. Say, okay, that's fine. I can do that for you. I'm currently fully booked until such and such a date and go from there.
But I don't want to be. I just want to be like, yeah, I'll get it done. And then I'm like working until like 10 o'clock at night and I've got to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. Just like, I need to just calm down.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will. I just need to like start saying no now.
Yeah.
I've got such a busy month next month. I've got 3 talks. So I'm talking in front of 50 to 100 people about me and Fuzzy Logic.
All right, Ted.
Yeah, literally. I feel like it's going to be a TED Talk.
Yeah. Where is that?
I'm not scared.
Where is that and why? What's the premise?
Just like different networking events and different business clubs and stuff. Because I've been going to networking events for since January, quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
So like, I've just met a lot of people, and they're all kind of like mingled together at all of the events. So once you've kind of like gone to about 30 networking events, you've probably met everyone in Kent that goes to networking events. And then they're like, oh, I know somebody. Oh, I know somebody that does that. And because obviously Fuzzy Logic does quite a lot, I get inundated. Like today, I've had 5 queries, and they're all different, from graphic design to PT and to video to website, and it's just like, oh god, I need a team. I need a team behind me. I need to employ.
Yeah, get you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the difference between our worlds, I suppose. Like if I was to go to networking, no one's going to want to listen to me talk. as much as if you're hearing this, you're listening to a podcast about me talking.
Yeah, exactly.
The irony being that if I were to go to a networking event, it's like I'll make you strong. I'll make you lean.
Yeah, but you're quite good at like what you do. You're quite specific and scientific. Like you watch a lot of studies, right?
Yeah,
and read a lot of studies. So you would have a lot to talk about.
but it doesn't transfer well to entertaining. I don't think. That's why I tried
But
to
that's
keep
how
it
you want to
a
do
minimum
it.
here.
Like my talks are going to be like half stand-up comedy and half fuzzy logic, just to kind of keep them engaged. Because like we don't
This is
all
how you're
share the same
dipping your
passions,
toe
as you
into the
say.
water. You're
Yeah,
dipping
exactly.
the water into stand-up. Yeah, I know
Oh
you
yeah.
can.
Oh yeah. Start off with a knock-knock joke and end in tears.
Oh no.
But yeah, I need to kind of calm down. I think the short fuse is kind of linked to like putting too much pressure on myself. I'm not sleeping well. I need to start prioritizing sleep like you do. I think.
Yeah.
Especially the
When
thing
do
is,
you
it's England
generally?
Euros, man. Like I want to stay up late, watch football. No,
I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give less of a shit. Do you know what? My wife came home the other day when England were playing. She's like, "Are we going to put the football on?" It's like, "Who are you? You don't like football?" It's like, "Yeah, but it's England. Why does that
it's
make any
England, man.
difference?" Boring as fuck.
You feel like you're just
Did
doing
they
your bit
lose?
for the country.
Did
We've not
what
lost
bit?
yet. No,
What does me not watching impact in any way?
I don't know. Just your guilt. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you feel like you're turning your back on the country if you're not watching the England.
Couldn't
Yeah,
give
I
a
don't
shit.
know.
Do you know what the biggest thing to come out of any England football matches that affects this country?
What's that?
Domestic violence. Yep.
Oh, you're such an old man, aren't you? Old
Don't
man.
get out of
Talking about being
rugby.
an old man, though, right? I want to
Hmm.
know what your view is on this.
Oh God.
Cyclists on the road. Talk
Fuck
to
off.
me.
Get the fuck out.
There's so many of them this time of the year, and
Right.
the worst thing is because of the amount of roadworks around here, it's just
Yep.
fucking mayhem.
Causes carnage. And 100%. And do you know what bugs the shit out of me? Right. There is, with the roadworks going on at the moment, we have a road that we have to go down to get to, like, I have to get to work that way, right? There is a
Yeah,
cycle path. There is a
yeah,
cycle path that goes all the way along this main fucking road.
yeah.
For whatever reason, cyclists can't be on the cycle path. You have to be in the fucking road. 3 a breadth, thinking like you're in the Tour de France, wearing lycra with your saggy ass in my fucking face. Get out.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand either. Like, literally, the path's connected to the road. And what's funny is that there's traffic lights on this road, and you're stopping at the traffic lights when we could have fucking been ahead of me if you just stuck to the
Yeah,
path. You
yeah.
stupid fucking attention seeking, like a little.
Oh,
Sorry.
I hate them. I hate them so much. In fact, if you're a cyclist and you're thinking about messaging us, you want to let us know your opinion, fuck off. Unsubscribe now. Stop listening. This is not for you. Leave.
But at the same time, I'm quite open to just kind of hearing your side of the story.
No,
Because
I'm not.
from my
I'm not.
perspective, it
Like,
is just
you know,
like in Simpsons where Ned Flanders is wearing like the lycra when he's skiing. That's what it
yeah,
reminds me of. Look at me,
yeah.
look at me. And it's just
Wearing
like
nothing
they're
at all.
doing it. They're doing it for like attention seeking. Surely,
Yeah.
why would you stop at traffic lights when you can just easily go on the fucking path?
What bugs me is like they're on these racing bikes, right? And these people must have the leg strength of noodles because they are cycling at 5 miles an hour. Like you're on a bike going downhill
To be
on a
fair,
bike that
though,
weighs like less than a kilo or something
have you,
stupid.
have you ever been in that situation where the cyclist's actually pretty quick and you're quite impressed? You're like, Jesus Christ, this guy's keeping up.
No,
No, okay.
I've never
There's
been.
been
I've
once or
never been
twice where I'm
impressed by a
like,
cyclist.
okay, all right. This guy knows what he wants.
I hate
He wants
them.
him gone.
I hate them. You have a cycle path. Fucking use it.
Fun times. That
Bellend.
was actually on my list because
Bellend.
I feel exactly the same. I don't know if I didn't want to. You were going to be so passionate about it. I won't lie, but it's good to know that
I
we're both
once.
on board.
I was once. We were driving to my wife's grandparents in Surrey, and I don't know if you've driven around Surrey before. It's quite middle
Yeah.
class, shall we say. And they
Believe it or
have
not, my
cycling
son was
clubs.
born in Surrey.
All right.
Did I tell you that story?
Right. No.
Did I not? Anyway, carry on.
No. We'll get to that. Um, So it's quite middle class. They have cycling clubs, right? And around this city centre that you kind of have to go through to get to my wife's grandparents' house, there was a group of like this cycling club of like 15 bikes. So they're all grouped together. So you have to wait for a decent gap in traffic to actually get round them. So got round them, inevitably come to a traffic light, right? And then it's like a mob of cyclists. They're weaving in between cars. They're stopping. One fucker leaned up against his hand up against my car. You can imagine the reaction. My head was out the window. Get the fuck off my car, or I'm going to clump you. My wife was in the car. Her brother and my sister-in-law also in the car. It was not good. And then they take off, going all about 2 miles an hour, trying to build up speed, to the point where I'm 3 cars back. I couldn't get through the lights in time from them changing because they were that slow. They're like causing carnage.
I just don't understand why they would need to do that. Like, I kind of understand the whole like motorcyclists doing it because they can accelerate quicker. Yep. If you're a bike, like just stick to the side and wait for the cars to go. Or tell you what, get on the fucking path.
Yeah, just fuck off.
Jesus
just leave.
Christ.
Just leave. I can't stand them. And they seem to think that it's cars that are the problem. No, cars belong on the road. You do not. Because if there's a slight error in judgment for a car, you get bumper damage. Okay, shit happens, insurance, so on, so on. If you go into a car, you don't have insurance for that. That's number one. So why are you allowed to go on the road?
So you haven't got a bumper. Be dead.
And if a car clips you, you've got real fucking problems.
Yeah, it is mental. It is mental. I didn't realise we were going to base the whole episode on this. Should we change the subject before we get out of hand?
Can we just title this episode just "Fuck Cyclists"? Like, I can go on for another hour. Let's go.
Fuck Cyclists. Do you know what? I don't know if we've actually got a swear word in an episode title yet. Maybe this is the day.
Quote me. Fuck Cyclists. And this comes from a PT who encourages people to be healthy. I'd rather you go out for a run on the pavement. We are not likely to get hit by a car.
Do you know what? So yeah, like, I was running late for this podcast episode because I had to go collect my my dogs from the groomers. It's just one thing.
You're so middle class, aren't you?
Yeah, proper.
You are.
Anyway, do you know how much it costs? Right, 2 dogs.
Yeah,
bit of a clip, £100.
Fuck me.
Yep. Anyway, so on the way back down, Sheppey Way, right? There's a guy. Oh, this is what I don't understand. He's got proper massive headphones on, walking down this road on the same way that I'm going. So if you were walking, this is the old man inside me, right? Apologies. If you're walking down a road, face the opposite way, so the cars are coming towards you, so you can see whether you're going to get hit or not.
Yes.
But this guy's got headphones on, so fully like ignorant of what is going on around him when there's a 60 mile an hour speed limit. And there's his cars just like getting so close to him because there's cyclists on the fucking other side. That's a different story. We've already touched on that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So these cars are getting so close together, and then we're almost hitting this guy with headphones on, has no clue whether there's cars coming towards him or not.
Yeah.
And he's like so over as well. I'm like, this guy's got a fucking death wish. You kind of just want to hit him just so he learns his lesson.
They're so oblivious. They're so oblivious to what goes on around them.
Someone died on that road 3 months ago. That's the crazy thing.
Yep, I know exactly where that happened as well. I know exactly the bit you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mad. The problem is as well, I mean, that bit of road's quite straight, to be fair, but they're further up on the other side, like there's bends. And if you're not walking towards things, you can't see what's coming around that bend. And they can't see you either. So last second, problem.
Exactly.
You have to assume people are idiots because they are all idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. Not the listeners, though. The listeners are smart, right? I feel
unless you're a cyclist, in which case leave.
Like we're losing them.
Go away.
What did you say to me the other day about podcasts and that we're now technically experts?
Yeah, technically. So what episode number is this? This is season 2, episode 2, but total number? Must it be 23?
25 or 26?
25, okay. If a podcast manages to last more than 20 episodes, it is in the top 1% of all podcasts. Not in terms of listenership, because we're not popular yet, but in terms of commitment to it, yeah, we're in the top 1%.
Top 1%, baby. We're experts, mate.
Yeah, we're getting
Say
political.
that. You just come up and just talk. I got to edit it and fucking
I know.
organize it.
Seriously, you don't want me editing this. You don't. Like the listeners, they'll tune in and listen and be like, "What the fuck's happened to this? What's happened to Mr. Smooth? Why hasn't he had his voice edited to make him sound sexy?"
Mr. Smooth. I don't edit my voice. It's like
We know your game. We know your game.
I changed my voice to like James Brown or something.
All your AI shit that goes on.
I try and avoid AI where I can, but sometimes you just can't help it. All right.
I know it might be funny actually, depending on where people have this playing. Just go, Alexa, play between sets.
Do you think that will actually play? Because that'd be quite cool.
Mine has just started in the kitchen.
Has it? So that's it's called Karma, that, Mike.
Oh God, Alexa,
is it the theme tune? Did the theme tune start?
I don't think it can hear me now. Alexa, stop.
I'm going to keep this in just so people understand what karma is. I just
control myself. Oh shit, Alexa. It's just playing to itself. I can't stop it. Alexa. Oh shit, the bed.
do you want to turn it off?
No,
unplug it.
That's not a listener. The thing is,
like, I've already had this conversation with you, haven't I? But the problem is with this house, right, is that we've got an echo in every single room, which helps. Bathroom. Oh, he just muted himself to sort his echo out. Is that?
It's getting louder. It's still
going.
Sometimes
is it still going? Look,
yeah,
get up and unplug it.
I can't be asked. No, this is it now. This is where I'm at.
I guess we can't hear it through the mic, can we? No,
I can. It's very distracting.
Go on, just go and turn it off. For fuck's sake, you can't be lazy. Yeah. You're a PT.
Edit this.
Oh God, yeah. I'm gonna have to remove the video from this because we just saw up Mike's shorts.
So
don't own an Alexa if you don't know how it works.
It just couldn't pick up me saying stop. But yeah, so that could come up some really interesting results because what was actually playing there, you know, the birdie song. No, that was just playing to itself on a loop. So that could really screw some people. I think could be funny.
That's so weird. How is that related?
Fuck, anyway. No idea.
I don't even know how you managed to get to that point.
You know, sometimes you're just in a bit of a chaotic mood, and no matter what you do, just some random shit starts happening. I get that a lot. You know, either with people around me or random stuff. Yeah.
This is my issue. Like when I was talking earlier about having a short fuse, having a kid does not help. Like he's just started to talk like properly as well. So now he's found his voice. He will not shut up. He's like Stewie in Family Guy. He will literally just go, "Mama, mummy, mummy, mama, mummy, mummy," and then my wife will just like go, "What?" And then he'll just be like, "Nothing," and then just run off. And it's just like, oh my God, this is just mental. This is a madhouse.
Oh God,
it's horrible. It is horrible.
Can't the dogs just entertain him permanently? The dogs, be one of those children that's like raised by wolves and some stuff.
Yeah, we need to train the dogs on actually how to. Maybe we can go to the cinema every now and again and just get the dogs to look after him.
Yeah,
that's not happening, by the way, guys. Don't call NSPCC or SPCA. One of those. No point.
One of the two. Both. Fuck it.
Yeah. But yeah, talking about chaotic, right? So this is how crazy it's been. My OCD, when it comes to technology, is like everything's organized. Everything's in folders, files. Everything's just like, boom. I'll invest time during my work to organize shit, right? Yep. But my desktop at the minute is just mental.
No,
like,
not
have you ever been to place? Have you ever been to like in your old jobs and stuff, or if you work in the office and you walk past colleagues and you can't even see their desktop background because there's just files everywhere. That's kind of I'm getting to that point.
they're wondering why their PC takes 5 years to load up.
Yeah.
Everything is in your startup folder. Move some shit. It's trying to load everything at once.
Yeah, I don't know I need to just go through it, and it's just trying to find the time to just go through all the shit on my desktop. Most of it can be deleted. It's just people that have like sent me images. They're like, "Can you edit this? Can you Photoshop this, please?" Somebody sent me the photo the other day. Like, "Can you just remove this person from the photo?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then it's just like my desktop's just fucking full of it. I've just got to delete everything.
Get rid. I can't deal with
it
that.
stresses me out. Yeah, it stresses me out just looking at it.
I'm not particularly techie, but I need to be organised. Like, there's random stuff on my desktop that I need to be looking at all the time. Nope, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I need to just invest some time in it. I think it's just like the house, though, isn't it? Like, we're struggling with the house. We're thinking about getting a cleaner. That sounds such a snob.
So middle class.
I know, but it's just getting the time. We haven't got the time.
I've just got back from the dog groomers and I'm thinking my cleaner.
You're a snobby prick as well. To be fair, it literally is just time. Because I've got a very limited time in my week, right? Do I spend time with my son, or do I spend time cleaning and tidying? Do you know what I mean? I'd rather pay someone to do clean my shit up.
Yeah, fair. To be fair, I've said in order, my 3 things when I'm earning my millions will be cleaner, chef,
cook,
driver. 3 things I just
driver,
can't be asked
I don't
to do.
know about that.
I don't like driving.
Driver.
If I can sit in a company car and be driven, I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have I would have a nanny, but I wouldn't have a nanny when I don't need one. Do you know what I mean? I just want to
no shit.
go out of the house and not feel bad, because every time we leave my son with family, we feel so bad about it.
Oh, I see. Why?
Do you know what I mean?
Presumably they want to see him, no?
Yeah, but they already see him twice a week. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're taking them a bit. And they're 70. Do you know what I mean? It's like they shouldn't be dealing with that shit.
If they are wanting to see him and he gets added benefit of parents that are working and improving his life, getting him cleaners and stuff, then, it's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for helping. You're like my little Jiminy Cricket, you are, aren't you?
Yeah. Aim to please.
Next week, right? Next week, I don't know how this is going to work, but on the same day, right, I'm going from giving blood, right, to a dentist appointment where I'm getting a bit of teeth work done. Why? I don't know whether it's just randomly, I was already booked in for the blood, and then the next appointment for the dentist had happened to be just half an hour after my blood appointment, and I'm like, yeah, let's just go with that, see what happens. I might have no blood left.
You might not need anaesthetic at the dentist, but
yeah, just be high as a kite.
Pass the fuck out. Yeah. So I've had a little fitnessy type request.
Oh yeah.
To speak about. I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are on this. So cramping in general. So specifically during a workout and more commonly after a workout.
Well, the root cause of it, really, right, is surely hydration. But yeah, carry on.
It is, yes. Certainly plays a factor in it. But for people that don't know, so cramping is essentially the build-up of lactate in your muscles when they are respiring anaerobically. So when you're doing things like weightlifting, when you're sprinting, to an extent, if you're running reasonably fast, more so than what your oxygen intake can keep up with, you have lactate that builds up in your muscles, and it is toxic. Your body needs to respond to process it to get it out of your system because it causes muscle breakdown. It's bad shit, basically. You can quote me on that. So in terms of ways of improving it, number 1, yes, hydration. Simply put. Number 2 would be getting fitter. So if you can tolerate high levels of lactate because you are more used to being exposed to it, you will deal with it without cramping better.
That's endurance,
yeah, essentially, but also deliberately conditioning work specifically. So if you want to be able to sprint for longer distances without cramping up, you need to do more sprinting, essentially. And then the second one, the last point really, is your salt intake, specifically looking at sodium and potassium. So the way that your cells work, when you have fluids going in and out of a cell, it operates via osmosis. So if you go back all the way back to like GCSE biology, if you've got more water here on this side of the screen, less water this side, it naturally moves across. But in terms of moving nutrients in and lactate out of cells, it's via a method called active transport, which is governed by something called it's a sodium ion pump or a sodium potassium ion channel. When you don't have enough sodium or potassium, or specifically enough the correct balance of those two, they don't work efficiently, and you've kind of got a queue up of either nutrients one way or lactate to be removed the other way. So some really easy ways of getting around that: add some salt to your food, especially if you're training hard. So picture this: like if you're sweating and you're having an electrolyte drink, that's doing that job for you. You can add half a teaspoon of salt to your pre-workout drink if you take one. That's a really good way to go. And then high in potassium foods. There's a reason that athletes will eat bananas, generally speaking. Potatoes really high in potassium. It's all these little things that contribute to performance overall. It's not just, oh, I'm cramping, I need to train less or not train as hard. No, the idea is to do things to get you to train harder, to get that conditioning to go on, and so on and so on. So yeah, little request that came through earlier.
Okay, so in a summary, drink more water and salt, and done.
Drink more water, do your conditioning work, do your cardio, and salt and potassium, sodium, potassium.
Yeah,
then
I think
for 3.
I think if you're suffering from cramping and you're taking like pre-workouts or energy drinks, maybe swap that with electrolyte drink.
Yeah, electrolyte drink would be really good. You can make your own electrolyte drink because they tend to be quite expensive. Essentially, some diluted fruit juice or just fruit juice in general, and a little bit of sea salt added to it. You won't taste it.
It's expensive as well, but it's really good for hangovers. there's a thing called Diwellite. Have you heard of this?
Yeah,
Basically, it's the same thing. You just stick it in your water. It tries to flavour it somehow, but basically it's just salt in a packet with a bit of flavour.
Yeah.
But it really does help hydrate you.
Well, have you seen these anti-hangover drips you can go and get in like London and stuff?
No.
So if you've had a particularly heavy night, you can go into one of these bars. They have them in like New York as well. And they essentially just hook you up to an IV drip. Wow. And it's just saline. It's just saline. It's just hydrating you and giving you minerals, essentially, in the correct balances. You can kind of do that yourself. Like if you want your
fucking McMuffin.
get yourself a muffin. Something nice, salty, greasy, terribly bad for you, and also get some juice in you.
And a Diet Coke. That's what I crave. I don't know what it is. I crave a Diet Coke in the morning if I'm hungover.
I don't think Diet Coke tastes good.
Or Pepsi Max. It's the same thing to me, to be honest.
Pepsi Max Cherry, and we're talking Pepsi Max Cherry.
Yeah, you do have a bit of a weird sexual thing.
That's a game changer. If you're in here's again added bonus tip. If you're in a dieting phase, you're trying to cut down, or you're a bodybuilder, Pepsi Max Cherry is like the just.
Yeah, and that's because for some reason, it's obvious, you're not getting enough sweet in your diet, like sweet. So your body's going to be craving that sweet taste, and Pepsi Max Cherry. I will agree with you there. That is a good shout. Or
and it's brain trickery, basically.
Do you know what I struggle with? Right, so there's new owners at the local corner shop near me. The nicer Nisa. I've been saying nicer this entire time, right? And then somebody said, "Oh no, it's Nisa." I'm like, but that's not even a word.
How do you spell it?
Nisa. That's how you spell it, I think, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, I'd probably say Nisa, but no.
What they've been doing, obviously quite smart for them, right, is they've been putting like fresh bakery goods, like Yum Yums and donuts and my
Why are you telling me this?
I know, right? But they put them on the actual counter where you put your stuff that you're buying. So all you literally have to do is say, "I'm that, please." Like literally, it's easier than having an Echo in the house. All you got to do is go, "Yeah, I'll have that as well, please." Like it's $1.99, like for 4 Yum Yums. That's less than 50p a Yum Yum, and I'm at home going yum 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 yum. because they are fucking good. And I can't go to the shop anymore. I'm banned because I will come back with either Yum Yums or donuts.
Yum Yums are mediocre donuts.
They're really good though. They're like proper glazed. I'm drooling.
Yeah, but they only come with the glaze. Like, I want some icing sugar, I want some sprinkles. Like, can someone step up and do this, please?
But you have a choice. They have Yum Yums and donuts. On an odd weekend when I've had a drink, I'll fucking grab both of them. Because all you got to do is go, I'll have both of them.
What are the donuts? What are the donuts?
They have different ones. Have a little gander, mate. Because I promise you now, you won't be able to walk away without grabbing some.
No, I probably won't. That's really dangerous because I am secretly.
I live right next to it, mate. It's basically a fridge. My fridge is further away than the shop is. I'm not even having a laugh.
Not wrong. Yeah, it's not wrong. Yeah, I mean, for me, I actually have to, walk out the door for all of about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I've just spent I spent 5 minutes debating whether to turn off my Alexa just now. So it's not great.
That's how lazy you are. The thing is, it's the weekend for you. Like you've been PTing all week. Do you know what I mean?
Started at 6 a.m. this morning, man. This is 11 hours in for me.
Yeah. Well, today's my only day where I've not woken up at 4 a.m. And what's funny, because your body obviously, like, you should not be changing your sleeping schedule. So if you're taking sleep serious, like you do, you should be waking up and going to bed at exactly the same day, exactly the same time, every day, blah, 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 right? So this morning, because I didn't wake up at 4 a.m., I had 2.5 hours extra sleep. That's 6:30 on a Saturday. It's quite early, some would say anyway. I was fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
My body was just like, what are you doing?
I think the only real way... So catching up on sleep is a thing, right? And you can do it. But the most important thing, even if your bedtime, the time you go to sleep varies, the most important thing you can do is get up at the same time. Yeah. So if you've built up a sleep debt across a week, so you wake up at 4, you still need to be waking up at 4. You just need to go to bed 2 hours early, or nap in the afternoon. Both work. Both are valid.
Yeah. So I'm not really a nappy guy. A nappy guy? I shit on the toilet. I don't nap.
I feel worse. I feel worse after a nap. But have you ever tried a caffeine nap? Did I tell you about this?
You just down a coffee and fall asleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you need to set your room up so it's dark. You can basically finish your caffeinated beverage of choice and immediately get to sleep. And you're going to set a timer for about 30 minutes.
How do you immediately
30 minutes
as
a nap is not long enough, but with the caffeinated beverage, you're going to wake up from that feeling like, oh, wow.
And I'm middle class. Beverage?
Yeah. Beverage. Okay. Somebody earlier in the week said to me, coriander. And it was a knee-jerk reaction of me saying, you posh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one. Anyway,
coriander.
I was talking about naps, weren't we? Sorry, go back to naps, right? So I'm not a nap guy. I can't go. I can't nap. If I nap, especially if I plan a nap, I will wake up the following day at normal time. I don't know what it is. You can not wake me up once I'm asleep. However, I was so exhausted the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely this week. I fell asleep at 5:30, just out of complete blue. Mm-hmm. Just completely out of the blue. The remote was in my hand. I woke up at 8:30 that night.
Wow.
Because my wife was just like, "Is everything all right?" I'm like, "I'm pretty confident I fell asleep." Because I was either that or I've literally
not obvious, but no shit.
I honestly thought I somehow cracked time travel and I was 3 hours ahead of the future because I do not remember anything that happened. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened?
Yeah. I get it. Do you know the worst part?
What's funny is that having a kid in the house, like, that's dangerous, really. But also, like, there was so much loud noises, the TV was on, like, Ted was screaming, and yeah, I just slept throughout the entire thing.
Jesus Christ. Madness.
Quite impressive.
I know exactly where I get it, though, because I've come in from work before with every intention of sitting down to then get on with something, passed out, just gone. And my wife came in and saw me and thought, oh, he needs that rest. I was asleep for like 4 hours. It was terrible.
Well, that's nice though. I think my wife would have just been like, yeah, like she tried to wake me up, but I couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Completely different relationships we are with. Jesus.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. What else is on my list? One thing I was on my list. Right. So I'm not. You know where I live, right? I've been doing a bit of gardening today because I was going to get someone else to do it, right? I know I'm a middle class bastard, but there's so many of these bushes that have like quadrupled in size since we've moved here. Like I've lost half my garden because of fucking greenery. That's my nutting. But it's growing so high, not even my stepladder can get to it. So I got a quote to get somebody to just like level it off so I can finally access it again. And it was 130 quid, right? Which I think is mental. And then I went on Amazon.
It's gonna take, though, surely.
Yeah, I don't know. I went on Amazon and a chainsaw, a telescopic chainsaw, which theoretically is just a chainsaw on a stick, which sounds pretty safe to me.
Sure.
Is exactly the same price. I'm like, mate, I'll just get this. Teach a man to fish. Do you know what I mean? Like, done.
Yeah, and now you've got a chainsaw. Bonus.
And now I've got a chainsaw on a stick. Like, exactly. I'm going to start my own circus act soon.
I think it's more of the risk involved of you doing that thing.
There's no risk. There's no risk. Like I've been. What's the risk? Is I've been up a step ladder. I can't even talk now. I've been up a step ladder, right? Because I didn't know my real ladder. I went up a step ladder with the trimmer. Do you know what I mean? Like hanging on for dear life. Like that's unsafe.
Can you not? Do you need a chainsaw to trim back a bush though? Like,
no, it's really thick.
Trimmer would work.
My trimmer's getting stuck constantly.
Right,
constantly just giving up because it's a thick bush. It's a 90s bush.
Yeah.
There's nothing else on my list now, Mike. Sorry, I've had my rant. What are we going to call this episode again? Fuck Cyclists. Okay, that's the one.
It's either Fuck Cyclists or Thick Bush. I feel like they're going to be the highlight moments. I'm leaning more towards the first.
Why? We don't have any listeners, right? Like, there's no way. There's no way this is entertaining.
This is just two fucking weirdos talking to each other at this point. Like, there's, if you've made it this far, congratulations.
Speak for your fucking self, Mike. All right.
I do genuinely.
What you? What are you up to over the next 2 weeks? Anyway, any plans?
Well, we've been into your new gym location.
Oh, yes. Why wasn't that on my list?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a session at my new gym, the Fitness Centre in Milton Regis, Sittingbourne. I don't know the postcode, but yes. What do you think? What was your thoughts? Honest thoughts?
It's cool. It was cool. It's an old school style gym. There's so much potential there. There's so much potential. Like you saw, I was in there. If you move this to here and this to here, then you suddenly have like this entire room for doing specifically this. It's huge. The place is big. Like there's so much that can be done there. Like but even in and of itself, like it's cool. Like the equipment's cool. There's like even like the leg press we're using, for example. It's on like a double canted lever, so it comes right the way down. And it's one of those old school leg presses, which I couldn't tell you what manufacturer it is, but it still works perfectly well. It felt like a Cybex leg press, is what I would say. If it's not, I'd be surprised. You might want to see if there's a label on that, because
just to see if you were right. Yeah, but that's what I love about the place. Like I've always loved commercial gyms. I've always loved the fact that, like it's clean, it's consistent, and that it's so open space. So like you can see if someone's on the next machine or, but saying that, you got women and men who don't like being watched, and they're perfect for people like that, where every sort of workout is in a different room. So if you're into your weights and your free weight and stuff, you got your own little room for that. Or if you want to be working out and doing a bit of cardio or whatever, you got your own room for that. Or if you just prefer cables, you got your own room for that. Or if you just want to do ab work, do you know what I mean? You're in a completely different room. And if you just want to punch a punch bag and let it out, there's actually a completely different room. And it's probably soundproof as well, because it's right at the back of the building. So if you really want to fucking go at it, do you know what I mean? It's perfect. And what's just crazy is that no one knows there's gyms there. I say no one, obviously, like a few hundred people
mad.
Do,
like,
obviously.
We were in there at, midday-ish? There was no one in there.
Yeah, exactly. It was just me and you, wasn't it, for a whole hour?
there was one staff member, and we were the only two people in there. There were some people coming in as we left, but yeah, that was it. That we were the only two, which baffling.
It's baffling. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, "Oh, well, that's not going to last long," that the gym is owned outright completely, so there's no overheads theoretically, right?
Yeah. So it's not
crazy.
a case of I must cram loads of members in here.
Yeah. So they're not advertising. They're not like I'm advertising for them because I want them to get the income in to reinvest into the business. So as you were saying, the amount of potential that's there, it's crazy. But yeah, no, it's definitely worth checking out.
Even just change, like just moving a few bits of equipment around. Suddenly, there's an entire powerlifting room. You could make some deadlift platforms, and suddenly, like you're hitting a niche straight away without doing very much at all, without to really buy anything, you know.
Crazy,
yeah. But then
crazy.
I think next week we're gonna head over to Core again for our second session there, which would be cool. I was actually I came across Core from a separate thing. I've got a couple of clients at the moment getting ready to go into maybe like a first powerlifting competition. One is aware of this, one is not. I'll be telling them soon. But I think they've got a powerlifting comp going on the 1st of December, I'm going to say. So whenever we go down there next week, I'm going to be asking a few questions about that because I want my guys to win. Yeah.
They do quite a lot of competitions there, actually. It's quite a good place to go for that.
I saw they did a weightlifting comp fairly recently. So, yeah, it'd be cool.
And they live stream it on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
it's good.
Cool.
And then hopefully the week after that, we could potentially do where you went to do your strength training. Where was that? That was in Sittingbourne somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that is Matt Coles. So Bex Iron Amazonian. She's one of his clients as well. And I've known of Matt for a fair few years from where we trained back in Bedrocks way back in the day. But yeah, definitely need to get back into that. It's just my schedule and his schedule are not really aligning at the moment for me getting additional sessions in. It's a first world problem because I'm busy basically.
But as soon as you are able to, we can jump on it and do like a little bit of a between sets workout with him or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. Good. I'll drop him a message and see how we go from there. That'd be cool.
Boom. Right. I think that's a perfect time to end, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone's either driven to work or they've had a wank or whatever they do when they're listening to us. That's a long-ass wank, by the way, guys. All right, calm it down.
Good effort. If you made it this far, money shot in 3, 2, 1.
Jesus Christ. I feel dirty now. I feel like I'm part of something that I don't want to be a part of.
I'm starting an OnlyFans on my feet. So,
before we go, that is a topic we need to talk about, by the way.
Right. So I spoke to him about this today. I'm not going to say who it is because he might be embarrassed.
Let's just start again because people that are listening will not know what we're talking about.
So
do we name names? I don't know if we should.
No, I'm not going to name names. That would be unfair. It was Frank.
But to be frank,
on his social media, like that's not my problem.
My god.
He started a little OnlyFans page as a joke with some of his mates. That's how that came about, right?
Oh, I see.
Within 2 hours, he had 4 subscribers, all of them gay.
Of course. Why would he not get gays?
Well, I'm sure he would do, but he earned 40 quid out of that.
So now he's addicted.
Well, no, he's closed it because he was afraid his mum was going to find out or something.
Was his dick out?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. He's just uploading like gym pictures or something. And people are kind of buying into it, hoping to see more, I suppose. But yeah,
this is exactly it. Like, I'm not sure what the sort of T's and C's are on OnlyFans. So people can like look at the photos and go, "Oh, I want my money back because there's no dick." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I honestly couldn't. I don't know.
Mental, isn't
it? Might be looking into it now. That's not a bad hourly rate for uploading pictures you've already taken, though, is it? Really?
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
That's £20 an hour for posting pictures that he's otherwise posting on Instagram. That's genius.
Yeah, but there's some shame in it. Yeah. I don't know. I think you should give it a go, personally. I think like you haven't got to enjoy yourself, Mike. You can have a porn name. What would you call your porn? If you were doing your toes, you got to come up with it. There'll be a pun somewhere. Tony. Yeah, there we go.
That's a man with no shins.
Well, yeah. That's just what you should be called, Tony, in brackets, man, no shins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't tell me. Just don't. If you're going to do it, just don't tell me because I don't want to be part of it. I won't lie.
You feel like you can't be a part of it at this point. Like, nah.
The thing is, right?
I might do it as a social experiment. I'll call it a social experiment. Get addicted, and then it's going to go wrong from there.
I thought you were going to say get a dick out. Then whatever you do, that's Do you know what I mean? Don't do that.
That'll drive people away. No one needs to see that.
Yeah, it's all about the toes. Tony Two Toes. Right. Thanks for listening, guys. If you still are. And we'll catch you in a couple of weeks. In between now and then, we'll do a little bit of a core workout and we'll post about that. And we'll catch up with you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.